Breaking news on DC News now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. We are covering a developing story in Metro DMV. Reuters reports moments ago that fighter jets scrambled over Washington, D.C. after a small plane had violated airspace in the nation's capital. This follows news reports from folks living in D.C. that they heard a sonic boom this afternoon. More on this from the FAA. They say that the plane took off in eastern Tennessee and headed for Long Island, but did not, forgive me, as this is breaking news and we're reading from our paper, did not describe how it ended up in Virginia. But flight tracking data shows a plane matching the model and description of the plane turned in Long Island, then flew directly over Washington, D.C. before it crashed in Staunton, Virginia. Here's part of that flight path shown on FlightAware, detailing a Cessna took off from eastern Tennessee, headed toward New York, then circled around Long Island before flying over the nation's capital. Not long afterward, the plane's radar went offline near Staunton. Back to the sonic boom also heard in D.C. this afternoon. The Annapolis Office of Emergency Management confirmed the noise was a sonic boom, saying the loud boom that was heard across the DMV area was caused by an authorized DoD flight. This flight caused the sonic boom. That is all the information available at this time. That was at 3:49 p.m. Now, we also wanted to show you some Ring doorbell camera video and audio captured in Odenton, Maryland. That's south of Baltimore. Then you'll hear how 911 dispatch calls relayed reports of that boom from Virginia and Prince George's County.
I'm sure you three haven't had it, but the loud explosion was felt and heard from D.C., Prince George's County, all the way down to the 2nd Division 2 line.
There didn't get reports going as far as Queen Anne's County in reference to a loud boom. Nobody has an explanation for it. It may be connected to that.
Reuters goes on to say that the Cessna that had crashed in Virginia can carry between 7 to 12 passengers. It is unknown at this hour if there are any casualties, how many. The FAA is still investigating. We are awaiting more details. It is also not yet confirmed if that Cessna that crashed was shot down by military jets. Stay with DC News now. As this story develops, we'll be back here for more later in this newscast if it becomes available. And again, here tonight at 9 p.m. But for now, we're going to move along. And we're following a tragedy out of Frederick County, Maryland. 3 people are dead after their car crashed into the bottom of a Union Bridge quarry. This happened at the intersection of Lehigh Road and Peter Schreiner Road. Our Dave Laval has followed this story all day. He joins us from the Steve Live. Dave, what do we know that caused the crash?
Ben, we don't know exactly what caused the crash yet, but we do know the names of the victims as the Frederick County Sheriff's Office released them just a few moments ago. The victims are 28-year-old Courtney Engelberger of Kemar, Maryland, 23-year-old Rachel Willis of Dickerson, Maryland, and 65-year-old Robert Grossnickel of Woodsboro, Maryland. Investigators believe the driver raced up the berm behind me, got airborne, flew over the fence, and plunged to the bottom of the quarry about 250 feet below where I'm currently standing.
We haven't had a call like this in ever.
Frederick County Sheriff's Office spokesman Todd Wyville on a discovery Sunday morning. A car found at the bottom of the Union Bridge quarry.
The vehicle was upright with 2 people trapped inside. One person was ejected higher up in the quarry.
Investigators described the victims as 2 females and 1 male. Pieces of the car lie at the base of a berm at the intersection of Lehigh Road and Peter Schreiner Road.
People who happened to be on the road saw some vehicle parts laying on the road, and they went over to the side of the quarry and realized that there was a vehicle down in the quarry, and that's how the call was made.
Employees told us off camera the crash happened Saturday night on a rural road that has no lights on it.
You can get lost back here pretty quick.
Charles Green has lived nearby for decades. He's seen crashes in the area, but nothing like this.
I just can't envision anybody coming up this road and going fast enough without intent to go up over that bank.
That's a question investigators want answered as to why 3 people lost their lives. The bodies have been sent to the medical examiner's office, which will determine if drugs or alcohol were involved in this crash. We're live in Union Bridge. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
First reporting developing now in D.C. Police need your help finding the suspects in an armed robbery that happened back in April. On your screen, recently released security video. The robbery happened on April the 19th when the three suspects broke into a home on 13th Street in Southeast. They pulled a handgun on the victim before stealing his property and running off. A reward of up to $10,000 is being offered to any tips that help lead to an arrest. And if you're on the move this week, there's something you're going to need to know if you plan on riding Metro. Several stations in Virginia will be closed. And as DC News Now's Joseph Omo explains, that could mean quite the shakeup for your commute.
Yeah, for the next few weeks, 4 metro stations are going to be completely closed, and they're staying that way until the end of June 25th to be specific. Now, this is especially a big deal for air travelers because these stations are in the same direction towards Dulles Airport. Now, the 4 stations, take a look at the bottom of your screen, are Vienna, Dunloring, West Falls Church, and East Falls Church. All of them are in Virginia. Now, with 4 stations closed, you can see how this will throw quite the wrench in your commute. Let's bring up the Metro map here for a second. Say you're going from Clarendon right here all the way to Reston Town Center up here. What you're going to have to do is take a train from Clarendon, but then you're going to have to get off at Boston because that's the last station before the closures. Hop on a bus to McLean, a free shuttle bus, and then get back on a train and head all the way back up to Reston Town Center. Now, as always, the best thing you can do for your commute now that it'll be slightly different is use Metro's Trip Planner. You can kind of think of it like a GPS for Metro. Just type in where you're starting, where you're headed to, and it'll calculate the quickest way to get there. Reporting, Joseph Omo, DC News Now, back to you.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Take a look outside. What a beautiful day it is. We're wrapping up the weekend here. People have left the beach in this particular scene, but you can see a little bit of wave action coming in here in the Ocean City, Maryland vicinity. Pretty nice out there. What about inland, a little closer to the district here? It's 75 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies being seen as we look at Reagan National Airport. A little bit of hazy sunshine could be seen as I look outside our window here. We also are seeing some clouds here on Wisconsin Avenue. And as far as temperatures, we're looking at 76 degrees in the district, 71 in Annapolis, 74 at Lexington Park. We move further inland and maybe a little further north, and we get up to 81 in Frederick right now is the high for the day. Hagerstown 79, Westminster 79, Winchester at 72. So the highs today were not that terrible. As a matter of fact, they were very much in line. We're close to them being in line where they should be for this time of year. High pressure is in control of our area. That's given us some sunshine, but I call it a dirty high because we have some clouds out there. It's not completely cloud free. And as far as tonight's concerned, well, we'll be looking though at seeing once the sun sets at 8:30 or so tonight. Mostly clear skies as whatever clouds are out there will dissipate and temperatures will drop out of the 70s and get into the 50s. Now, what about weather headlines here? We've got a quiet and clear night ahead. Dry Monday, maybe a spot shower on Tuesday. Pleasant temperatures, though, pretty much all week, and potential showers next weekend. I think that's our best opportunity, at least in the short term, for seeing more widespread rain. We'll break it down for you coming up. Ben?
Looking forward to it. And in the district, workers from both large and small businesses across D.C. are now making plans to unionize. The president of Metropolitan Washington Labor Council says it's a new trend in the nation's capital. Workers at Union Kitchen decided to unionize last year. Well, now they're threatening to boycott the company over its alleged treatment of workers.
We really didn't want to be here, but we're here unfortunately because the company has given us no other choice. They have fired or cut hours or disciplined or all of the above every single worker at the company who has become a public supporter of the union.
Reached out to Union Kitchen several times. They say they do not wish to talk about the issue. And happening now, Costco's chief financial officer says that he's seeing a disturbing trend in grocery sales. According to the CFO, less shoppers are choosing to purchase beef or steaks. Instead, they're buying cheaper cuts of meat like poultry and pork. The Costco CFO, says these buying habits typically indicate a recession is in the works. He also says more people are buying canned goods like tuna and buying more store brands over name brands. And major retailer Walmart is closing more than a dozen stores across the country this year. You remember Walmart's 8th Street location here in D.C. closed back in March. The question being asked tonight, what does this say about the state of retail in the U.S.? Well, Stephanie Haynes from News Nation working tonight to answer that question.
We watched shoppers walk up to the doors.
It was a total shock and surprise.
Really sad.
See the closed sign and turn back around.
It's closed forever.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Walmart Neighborhood Market in Overland Park, Kansas has been closed for good.
Never in a million years they'd think this would close or see a Walmart closing. Right. And why?
It's just Walmart. Walmart's been around my whole life, and you go to Walmart for things you need, so you don't think twice about it being open or closed.
It's one of at least 20 underperforming stores nationwide. The company says it is shuttering this year, including 4 in Chicago. Other big box stores are tightening their belts. Target, Best Buy, and Macy's have all reported some brick and mortar closures. Target financials show fewer people are visiting the store, and executives expect store theft to cost them $500 million. And as more shoppers turn to online retail, we could see more stores shutter.
So we're going to see that continued pressure on retailers to close their doors, especially in those urban areas. By and large, we've just got too much retail space in this country right now.
But there's a winner in all of this, dollar stores, now ramping up. Dollar General reportedly plans to open more than 1,000 stores this year, and Dollar Tree more than 600.
At the end of the day, Walmart and these other stores, they're not nonprofits. They're in the business to make money, and if they think a certain location can't meet their expectations in terms of profits, they're going to close the doors.